Here's a nasty little winter's tale.
This is serious, Briar Rose. You fell asleep again, in the middle of Tiffany's.
I couldn't help it, Bigby. I pricked my finger on a diamond pin at the jewelry counter.
Causing the entire sales floor to fall asleep with you? Customers and clerks alike?
Unfortunately, that's the way the old enchantment works. First I prick my finger on something and fall asleep. Then everyone around me falls asleep. And then the thorn forest starts growing around whatever building I happen to be in.
We got lucky this time. They think some kind of gas leak caused it. But we can't have incidents like this. Not out among the bloody Mondays.
I don't think the enchantment cares where I am, or amongst whom. I thought it was ended for all time back in the homelands when Prince Charming kissed me. But apparently all that does is reset the spell to its starting position. It's an endless cycle.
Then you're just gonna have to stop pricking your fingers. You're still wealthy enough to get some workmen to go through your apartment and remove all the rough edges and sharp corners. And when you go out, wear gloves. Thick ones.
That might work while winter lasts, but not when spring comes.
Bigby?
Even then, rich people are supposed to have eccentricities. Let that be yours.
Excuse me for interrupting, Sheriff, but Trusty John needs you outside.
Christ above. What now?
It's a Monday gentleman loitering outside the gate, sir.
So? We get Mondays passing through Fabletown all the time. They don't know this isn't part of their city.
Except that this one asks for you by name.
Elsewhere in the city.
I want you out! Out of my apartment and out of my life!
I'm already 2 steps ahead of you, Molly dear. While you were sleeping, I sent my luggage into storage. If nothing else over the years, I've learned to anticipate when a romance has run its natural course.
Molly? Who's Molly?
Oops, slip of the tongue. I have to confess, I can never remember which pretty little girl I'm bunking with these days. Which one are you again? Daphne? Trish?
I knew it! I knew you were sneaking other women in here while I was out, and I know you've been stealing money from me!
Yes, I'm a terrible cad. You take care now, Betty, or Chrissy, or whoever you are. Okay, Prince Charming, where to now?
And back in Fabletown.
Okay, what's your story, fella?
Mr. Wolf?
That depends. Who the hell are you and what do you want?
Oh, I know it's you, all right. I know all about you. I'm Tommy Sharp. I write the Sharp Comments column for the Daily News. Perhaps you've read it?
Nope. I read the post, and you're already beginning to bore me. Why don't you say what you want to say and move along?
Fine. Then here's my business in a nutshell. For the past few years, I've been working on a story about your underground community. I've put in the hours, checked and double-checked the research, and done the legwork.
How lovely for you.
I know all your secrets.
Then you're way ahead of me.
And as a journalistic courtesy, I've decided to finally reveal myself. Come out of the shadows, so to speak, in order to give you an opportunity to respond before I print my story.
Respond to what? So far you've only babbled nonsense.
Take that evasive tact if you like, but I know what I know. You're a community of immortals. Probably.
Get that thing out from under my nose.
In any case, you've been alive for centuries, tucked away in this quiet little corner of the city. Your group has owned everything on this block since back when New York was still called New Amsterdam. I've got records, I've compiled personal histories, I've dug up pictures of a number of you, dating back to the very beginnings of photographic technology, and not one of you has aged a day.
So let me guess, this story of yours is going to be published between the big Elvis is an Alien expose and the latest installment of I Had Goat Boy's Love Child.
Mock me if you like, but we both know I'm going to win a Pulitzer Prize with this. Maybe even the Nobel Prize for being the first to come with unimpeachable proof of the existence of your kind.
And just what do you imagine my kind is?
Vampires, of course.
Seriously?
A group of immortals with fantastic powers passing themselves off as normal humans? I've read Anne Rice. I've seen the movies. It all fits.
Oh my god. You are serious.
You provided the final convincing proof. I followed you on one of your after-hours jaunts to Central Park. I watched you strip down, then assume animal form for a midnight run. That's what vampires can do, right? You didn't see me, did you? Thanks to my telephoto lens, I was able to stay far away.
And yet you were dumb enough to get within easy reach of me now?
Only in the daytime when you have no power over me. You can't mesmerize me now. You can't hurt me. Can you?
You're insane.
Play it that way if you insist, but you don't have long to get your side of the story on record before I publish.
Shove off, clown.
Here's my card, Mr. Wolf. Call me if you change your mind. And don't think for a moment you can catch up to me after the sun goes down. I know how it works. I'll be safely home by then and vampires can't enter my personal residence without my invitation. I'm not afraid of you. I'm really not.
Later that same day,
We've got trouble.
in the Woodland's rather bizarre business office.
If Sharp's expose is published, our life here is effectively over. Even if no one official believes the story, enough Monday kooks and goth freak vampire wannabes will.
So what's the problem? We should kill this guy. Just like that last poor bastard who found out about us in the 20s. I know how to make it look like a suicide.
I've considered that, Bluebeard. I wish we could. And I almost did it myself out in the street. But we're in the information age, and this Tommy Sharp character is too well known. Everything's interconnected now. Even if we kill him in a way no one suspects as murder, it's no guarantee his story won't come out.
Shouldn't Miss White be here?
No. Despite my preferences, this may end up requiring some dirty business. As long as she's still convalescing, I want Snow kept out of it.
So what do we do?
You look like you already have a plan in mind, Wolf.
Possibly. We need to move fast. Tonight. But first we have to find out where Prince Charming is camping these days. And we'll need Briar Rose's help.
Sleeping Beauty? Why? What do you have in mind?
A scheme worthy of you, Jack. Except this one has a possibility of success. When you tried your .com scam last year, just how good did your computer skills get?
In Bluebeard's apartment.
I don't care what the Wolf has in mind. We need to prepare a more dire resolution to this problem. Just in case. If your personal history isn't entirely fabricated, Jack, you've undertaken dangerous business before. If the tales are to be believed, you were once a giant killer of some renown. You're no stranger to the precise and willful application of deadly force.
So what? All of us have varied careers in our past. It's one of the byproducts of being long-lived.
These weapons are clean, untraceable. Take one. Carry it in an outside pocket where you can get at it quickly, to use it or dispose of it as needed. If we can resolve this Bigby's way, all to the good. But if the Wolf's plan fails, we need to be ready to step in.
Pardon the intrusion, sir. Mr. Wolf is ready to go.
We're on our way.
And so,
Head downtown towards Tribeca. Sharp lives in one of those ritzy apartment buildings off Hudson Square. Everyone know their parts. Prince Charming and Briar Rose, you're up first.
Let me help you, my dear. This snow makes for treacherous footing.
And you would know treacherous when you see it, dear. Being so personally experienced at it.
Now, darling, this is no time to dredge up the past. Remember, we're a deliriously happy Monday couple. Two of this town's seemingly endless supply of bubble-headed socialites.
I'll do my part, darling. But keep your hands to yourself.
Good evening, sir, ma'am. This is quite a spot of weather we're having, eh?
Thank you, my good man. After you, Hortense, my dove.
You're not residents here, are you?
No, of course not.
We live someplace nice.
We're here for the big party.
What party would that be, sir?
Good question. Who are we seeing tonight, sweetheart?
How should I know? Who can keep track?
Well, I can't let you go up until I know who you're here to see. I have to call ahead. This is a security residence.
I'm growing bored, Mortimer. Do something.
Dash it all, Honey Bear, I must have left the invitations out in the coach. Just sit here for a moment, and I'll fetch them. Drink up, be merry, and I'll be back in 2 shakes. She's in.
Good. Now we wait.
Then can we wait back in the car? In case you hadn't noticed, it's winter out here.
When can we go in?
Not for a while yet. Be patient, Boy Blue. We have to give Briar Rose's enchantment time to do its work. As its effects spread out, everyone in the building should fall asleep. Every person in every apartment, along with their dogs, cats, gerbils, and parakeets.
Hello? Beth? Are you still there?
I thought you were cold.
Bluebeard won't let me smoke in the limo. Can I bum a butt off you?
When are you going to learn to support your own filthy habits?
It's been almost an hour now. Can we go in yet?
No. If we go in too soon, we'll fall under the sleeping spell ourselves.
How will we know when it is safe then?
We'll know because I'll know. Then I'll tell the rest of you.
Does this nutjob really think we're vampires?
Apparently.
That's kinda cool. If we were vampires, we'd all be rich.
How so?
Think it though. Vampires make more vampires just by sucking people's blood, right? Do you know how much these Mundy fucks would pay to someone who could make them immortal? Hey, I just thought...
Forget it, Jack.
Forget what?
You just realized you could make use of the same old pictures of yourself and the rest of us that Sharp found to convince gullible rich Mundys that you are a vampire and cheat them out of their money by promising to make them immortal.
Ow!
I'm way ahead of you, Jack. I always will be. After all these years, I know how your mind works. Try it and I'll lock you up for a century.
Damn it, Bigby!
Shut up, Jack. The thorn growing stage has started. It's time to go in. Sharp lives on the 7th floor. Jack and Boy Blue are with me. Bring the tools. Flycatcher, you and the Prince find the security office. The security camera's feed is being recorded, and we'll want to take the tapes with us when we go. Bluebeard mans the door. Find the keys and lock it tight. No one comes in until we're done.
Does anyone else feel like we're in a caper flick?
This is the right door. Get open, quick!
Don't miss.
Woohoo! We're in!
Jack, find his computer and get to work. He's probably using one of the bedrooms as an office. Blue, find Mr. Sharp and make sure he's asleep. Then help me toss the place. We need to look at every photograph and document in here.
Roger Dodger, Sheriff.
Work fast, but work smart too. Don't cut corners. And sing out if you start getting sleepy. We can't afford to be caught here.
Look at you, Tommy. Please, God, let there be a camera here. We need a picture of this. I found Sharp, but you gotta come see this for yourself.
Don't bother me, sonny boy. I'm working.
Time creeps by, and the building continues to sleep, except for a handful of late intruders.
Did we get everything pertaining to us?
I think so. He had a complete darkroom full of all sorts of pictures of us.
I've got good news and bad news, Bigby.
Shit. What now?
I successfully killed every file he had, no problemo, but I looked through his email records. He backed up all of his work by sending it out.
Out? What do you mean, out? Out where?
There are secure places on the internet you can send stuff. Files, anything you want to protect from people like me. It looks like Sharp made frequent use of these systems.
So we've wasted all this effort? We can't get to those duplicate files?
Now without putting a better computer hacker than me to work for a week or more.
So Sharp wins. We're screwed.
It depends. I've got an alternative plan, but it depends on how evil you're prepared to get.